Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lisa Bandman, and I'm joined today by my husband, Jerry Bandman. And if you hear a train going by, there is an unscheduled train that just showed up right by our office. So we live right by the train tracks. And yeah, so that's we're just gonna go with it. I've got my orange oil, and I've smelt that a few times, so we're good. We're just gonna keep going. Hopefully, you can still hear us. So welcome. I'm super excited to share with you my experience with essential oils, and I feel it's going to be an incredibly helpful for you as well. Now, before we begin, we just have to mention this. I'm not a doctor. I simply teach people how to use essential oils safely to enable their bodies to heal itself. So this information is for educational purposes only. Always consult with your medical doctor regarding starting or stopping any prescription medication. This information is not a substitute for the professional care of your physician. I strongly value the knowledge and services of medical professionals and believe there is a time and place for both. Also, I also need to know that the FDA won't let us talk about any type of malady that there is a drug for. So if it seems like we're talking in code at times, we're just trying to be compliant. So just bear with us. If anything is not making complete sense, or if we can't figure out the code, then please feel free to email us after, and we will definitely be able to help you with that. So why are you here? If you feel like myself and have spent too much of your life feeling anxious and stressed, you're probably looking for some additional natural resources. There's not one magic solution to take away all the stress and anxiety in your life. Well, that would be super awesome. But that magic wand doesn't exist. So I've found additional tools over the last couple of years. I do feel strongly that there's a really good chance you'll find some helpful solutions as well, and I'm really excited to share those with you. Now is the time to take a little bit of time for yourself. So I would recommend closing the door, and if there's things like trains going by, there's nothing we can do about it. Turn off your cell phone, grab a piece of paper if you want to take some notes. But again, over the next 40 minutes to an hour, so we're going to be sharing a lot of information, so please don't feel overwhelmed. If you can't can't take notes as fast as I'm talking, just enjoy and try to take in as much as you can. So we're super excited that you're here with us. We're also going to have a fast action bonus that I know you're going to love. This is something that I use every day, and I'm excited to share with you. So make sure you stay tuned closer to the end. So as I mentioned, my name is Lisa Bandman, and this is our 9-month-old puppy. His name is Billy, and the picture you see of him is exactly who he is. He licks everybody and everything. So he's been an awesome addition to our family and has made us giggle a lot. And Jerry, my husband, and I have been married for 22 years, and this is our 14-year-old Jonah. We started homeschooling him a couple of years ago, so that's a new adventure we're working with, but it's been really awesome so far. I really love him and enjoy him. Both Jonah and I have had health challenges that have led us to take a more natural approach to our health. Jonah had allergy-induced asthma when he was little, but it didn't get diagnosed properly, so he spent many months on antibiotics and other drugs that just didn't make him feel great. So as a result, his digestive system has been compromised, and now there's so much research coming out about how important our gut health is to our emotional well-being. It's like our second brain. As a mom, when your child is not well, you start researching and trying to find some answers, and at the time I didn't know that we had other options. My life has been filled with a little bit of stress and anxiety as well. So Jerry is really good. He's the stable one in our family, and we're so thankful for him. As a child, we moved around a lot, and we finally settled in Canada when I was in grade 6, and I learned French and English at the same time. So these were my third and fourth languages that I was learning. So looking back now, I think we had great adventures, but I remember feeling so isolated as I started school and not understanding the language or the culture. So I was the only one in our class who was very different from the rest of the class. I also seem to have chosen a career path that is naturally stress-filled. So we own an interior and architectural design firm, and I'm an interior designer. And when our son was younger, I also taught at our local college And oils would have been super helpful in some of the lecture classes that I taught. And again, for someone who is generally stressed and anxious, I'm not sure why I decided to teach lecture classes. I was really trying to stretch myself, and I did. But it wasn't the most fun times, but I made it through it and I grew, so it was all awesome. And with our design firm, we make people's lives stressful. So we tear their homes apart and spend large amounts of their money. And construction and renovations, no matter how well planned, are generally stressful for everyone involved. And we are the buffers, in that we try to buffer the stress for our clients. So we end up absorbing a lot of it from all angles. And we also just opened our B&B. This is our plan to slow down and live life more on purpose. And just a few days ago, we had our first guests that were not family or friends, so that was really exciting. We look forward to meeting people from all over the world and just connecting with more people. So that's exciting as well. And then 2 years ago, I also started designing aromatherapy jewelry, and that company is Horn & Harriet. And that was when my oil journey started as well, essential oils. And this was at one of the most stress-filled times in my life. My health was starting to decline, and I think my body was just saying it was tired. Our son was having a rough time at school, and we had a beautiful design firm downtown with staff, and from the outside, it would have looked like we had it all together. This was also a time where I was seriously into CrossFit, and I kept being told, if you're stressed, you need to exercise. So off I went to lift really heavy stuff. I'm proud to say that I can deadlift 200 pounds, or I don't think I could anymore. So I found out later that the added stress of CrossFit was actually doing more damage to my body. Exercise is really, really important, but finding the right kind where you are at is really important as well. So we just found that CrossFit was not a good fit with everything else that was happening in my life. And this is also around the time when my friend Andrew introduced me to essential oils. I didn't really understand what they were, but I was looking for something, and she was so full of life and health, just a picture of health, and I decided that's what I wanted as well. I got a few oils and loved the smell, and fell in love. What I found though was that when I applied the oils, I wouldn't necessarily smell them all day. I needed a way to keep the smell close to me throughout the day as I travel a lot. And at this time, I had no idea why the oils made me feel so good. I just liked the smell, and we're going to look at the science behind that in a little bit later on. So there's actually a reason why essential oils can help you soothe the stress away. I attended a few essential oil classes, but to be honest, my brain was so foggy that I was not absorbing much of what was being said. So after the third class, I purchased a few oils, as I mentioned. I also started working with a naturopath and found out that my adrenals were very fatigued, my hormone levels were way off, and I developed many food sensitivities, and I was pretty much just a big mess. But slowly I started to believe that our bodies are pretty awesome and can heal themselves if given the right tools. And in our house, I often get made fun of or laughed at because I say that, always say hashtag there's an oil for everything. And essential oils are capable of so much more than what we have time to talk about today. But don't feel overwhelmed, just one step at a time. There's so much to learn about essential oils that we're glad that you're here. So as I mentioned, part of optimal health is exercise, but because I wasn't resting or managing my stress, my body just perceived CrossFit as another added stress. So part of the journey has also been to reduce the toxic load on my body, and this includes chemical, physical, and emotional stress as well. So some of the oils I'm going to talk about don't necessarily reduce the emotional stress of our bodies, but it might be things like chemicals that we can reduce in our homes or things that we're putting on our body. So that's also a big component of optimal health. Essential oils have been such a blessing for our little family, and I'm so excited to share more about this journey. But first, let's learn what essential oils are and how they work. So essential oils are natural aromatic compounds found in seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. Essential oils have been used through a history in many cultures for their medicinal and therapeutic benefits. They're 100% natural, and they work with our body to manage health without side effects. And they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And you're going to hear me talk quite a bit about how powerful the essential oils are. So 1 drop is often all that you need, just to be careful with the dosage and be mindful of how many oils you're using. And that is part of actually my safety tips as well. So essential oils are very safe and they don't have side effects. But again, 1 drop is very, very effective, especially pure therapeutic grade oils that we're using. So 1 drop is very, very potent. So you also want to keep the oils out of your eyes, ears, and nose. It will just burn. And this seems like common sense, but I mentioned before that my mom had discomfort in her ears, so she thought she would put oregano oil in her ear. Oregano oil is one of the hottest oils. It turns my skin red just touching it, so I can't imagine the pain she was in, but she thought she didn't have to listen to me, and she thought, yeah, I said afterwards my ear really felt much better, but I think it wasn't so much pain that anything would have felt better after that. So be mindful of keeping oils out of the eyes, ears, and nose, and be mindful also if you have oils on your hands and on your fingers, that you're not touching your eyes after that. And also I really recommend to use a carrier oil at all times with your oil, especially if you're new to oils, essential oils, to dilute your oils. I love fractionated coconut oil as a carrier oil because it's not greasy, it stays a liquid at all times. So the difference between this and the coconut oil in your kitchen is that this will stay a liquid at all times. If you don't happen to have fractionated coconut oil, your cooking coconut oil will do just as fine if you're in a pinch, but will also tend to stain your clothes, and it tends to also have a smell. So this is a neutral smelling oil, so it doesn't stain your clothes as well. So I love it. You can also use oils if you don't have coconut oil, oils like olive oil, and just any of the other, as I mentioned, vegetable oils. And skin sensitivity is the primary safety issue. Some of the oils that I mentioned are hot, so to dilute them, so put 1 drop of oil in a tablespoon of carrier oil is really recommended. And also always follow the label and all the instructions as well. So all of the oils always come with application methods. So on the labels, can be used topically or can be used aromatically, and needs to be diluted. So just be mindful of the safety of essential oils. The citrus oils tend to also be photosensitive. So wild orange oil is one of my most favorite oils, and I tend to use it a lot. But now that I'm outside more and it's summertime, I just need to be careful that where I'm applying the oil and I'm going out in the sun, because I will tend to burn a little bit quicker in those areas. There are 3 ways to use essential oils, and we're going to look at those next. Aromatic, topical, and internal. So the first method that we're going to look at is aromatic, and this is probably the way that we use the oils most in our home. What you see here is a picture of one of my favorite diffusers, and it's a petal diffuser. So the way diffusers work, if you haven't used one before, is that I put about a cup of water in it. There's a line on the inside that tells you how far to fill it up, and I put about 2 or 3 drops of oil in, and then just close the lid, and turn it on. And this particular one has a timer on it, so you can have it set for 1, 2, or 4 hours. So at nighttime, it's amazing that I will set it up in our room for an hour. Usually at nighttime is lots, and set it up about half an hour before we go to bed, and then leave it running for another half an hour after that. So we're getting all the benefits of the oils, but we don't need to leave it running all day. So some of the diffusers now that I'm seeing, they run for like 8 or 12 hours, which is just a really long time and a lot of oils to absorb into your system. And also after probably about an hour, so you're not going to be able to smell the oils anymore as well. So just be mindful of that. You don't need a diffuser that is going to run for 12 hours straight. So we diffuse to clean the air, and it also supports opens our airways, and it also affects our mood. So right now next to me, I have a diffuser on, and it has some of my favorite citrus oils. It has orange, it has lemon, and bergamot, which are just all very calming. And as I mentioned, wild orange is one of my most favorite oils. So aromatherapy for anxiety is amazing because our sense of smell triggers powerful emotional responses. We process so much information through our sense of smell. So when we inhale air, particularly air that is infused with essential oils, it goes to the roof of our nose. Olfactory receptors in the nose then transport the information to the limbic system. The limbic system is where our emotions are processed. And one reason it is believed that aromatherapy can be helpful, especially when treating stress, is that it stimulates the release of certain chemicals in our brain that can help people relax. And I've definitely experienced this many times. So there's a few oils, as we talk more about them, that are just amazing. They're very calming and just been really helpful. And it's amazing that even for a son who has anxiety challenges as well, that oils affect us differently. So there's a few different ones. I love wild orange. He loves another blend. So it's just been great to see that we've had really great success, but our sense of smell works a little bit differently. Another way to use essential oils is to apply them topically. And so you can apply localized to a localized area. And what we often do is mix them up in a roller bottle. Again, this way they're already diluted. So in any other oils that we use a lot, we just mix up a roller bottle. Some of them, sometimes oils already come pre-mixed as well, but this is a great way. I can throw a bottle in my purse when I'm driving or when I'm out and about. The chart that you see on the left is a reflexology chart that just goes into a little bit more detail, but specifically where to apply oils on your feet. Oftentimes, if I'm in a rush, I don't always follow that chart, but if you want to get more specific, you want to target areas like the brain, and you want to be applying oils like to the big toes. So that is also something, a lot more information, more learning there as well. So the bottom of their feet is an awesome place to put oils, even if you're putting them on neat or in a roller bottle. That is one of the quickest ways for oils to absorb into our system, and because we have the largest pores in the bottom of our feet. Oftentimes I will also apply oils to my neck or to my chest or back of my neck, depending on what area I'm looking to address. So earlier today I had some neck and head tension, so I had a roller bottle and I just applied to that area. So that is also the option, but some oils like oregano oil or some of the immune support oils, they will also absorb quickly into your feet if you apply them to the bottom of the feet. And it's also great for younger kids, so you can just apply the oil and then put some socks over them so they're not going to touch them and then touch their eyes as well. And our train is back, which is really awesome. The great thing is, if you ever want to come and visit us, we're super close to the train station, so you could just take the train in and walk over and stay at our B&B, and we'd love to see you if you're ever in Stratford, Ontario, Canada. So come stop by and say hi. You can take the train. Another way to use the oils is internal, as I mentioned earlier. And if you feel comfortable taking them internally, always want to use common sense. One drop goes a really long way. And again, as I've mentioned over and over, they're very potent. So another way, I used to take oregano, actually oil in a shot glass, and it was very hot. But now I either put it in little veggie caps, and these are awesome. You just open them up, put in a drop or two of oil and close them up, but they do have to be taken immediately. If you mix them up and want to take them with you for the day, they will just melt, and you will have a little puddle of oregano oil in your purse. So your purse will smell like lasagna. So that's not super awesome. So just be mindful of that. You can't pre-mix them to take them with you or to pack them. And also make sure if you are taking oils internally that they are certified pure therapeutic grade and not just any oil off the shelf. So that's why often you will see when you see oils on like a grocery store shelf, it will say not for internal use. They're just not pure. So just be very mindful. Be careful of what you're taking if you do choose to take them internally. But there are so many great benefits of applying oils topically and using them aromatically that not everyone chooses to take them internally, and that is perfectly awesome as well. I just want to mention that oils are really economical as well. A bottle that you're seeing on the screen, that's a 15 ml size bottle, and there are 250 drops in that bottle of lavender. So think about at nighttime, if you're using 1 or 2 drops just to either put in your diffuser, or if you are rubbing it on the pillow or using it in a bath, that bottle of lavender is going to last a really long time. Peppermint is about the same price, and some of the other oils that I use they sort of range from 8 to 12 cents a drop. And my favorite oil, and I'm going to keep coming back to it, is I just love it. Wild orange is 4 cents a drop. So, and that's actually really good for me because I use so much of it it's actually, we're really fortunate that it's not one of the more expensive ones. I'm just going to share now some of the top 10 essential oils that we use in our home. And these are oils that I will make sure that we don't run out of. And these come bundled together already with a diffuser in what's called a Home Essentials Kit. And it really is, I feel that this set is essential for every home to have, and we've used every one of them, and these are ones that I will keep reordering as well. The first oil that we're going to look at is peppermint. I love peppermint. I know you're going to keep hearing me say I love all the oils, but peppermint is one of my one of my favorites. I have many. So 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of tea. And that's a lot of tea. So you're thinking if you are drinking peppermint tea for indigestion or not feeling great, just be mindful of how potent 1 drop of peppermint tea is. So often I will apply peppermint to ease tension. Again, if I've had a day that's been busy and I have tension, I will apply peppermint to my neck or temples. And I just be careful, mindful that I don't get it in my eye. Peppermint is also amazing for respiratory support and clear breathing. It's great to diffuse when you're feeling fatigued or your energy is low. Often mid-afternoon, I will go and grab a bottle of peppermint instead of a coffee, just to limit my caffeine, and just take a drop of peppermint oil, put it in my hand, and then take a very deep cleansing breath. And it's amazing how almost instantly actually how you feel the energy just perk right up. And the rest of that drop, I will just massage into my neck and just feel the cooling effects of that. And that has just been amazing. I love my peppermint. And peppermint also comes in small beadlets. So again, having digestive challenges, we've been told by many people not to chew gum. Both my son and myself don't chew gum. So the little peppermint beadlets are an amazing way just to freshen our breath and not be chewing gum that is full of chemicals, and also it does not work well with a non-properly functioning digestive system. The next oil that we're going to look at is lemon. Lemon is the oil of focus and cleansing. Lemon is amazing to diffuse. Like I mentioned, I have some of my citrus blend right now. It's amazing to clean the air. It's great for energizing. So often in the morning, I'm not the best morning person, so I've started diffusing citrus oils. Usually I will, peppermint is my go-to morning oil, which I love as well. But I've started diffusing citrus oils in the morning. It's just so energizing and smells so great. Peppermint or lemon is also amazing for removing anything sticky. So it's great for removing gum. It's great for getting sticky labels off of glass containers. It's great for cleaning whiteboards. My desk is a whiteboard as well, so lemon is great for that. I will use lemon to rinse my fruits and vegetables often when I bring them home. Even though we buy organic, I still like to rinse them, so often I will do that. So this would be a replacement for the fruit and vegetable washes. You can also add a little bit of white vinegar to it if you'd like, but lemon is amazing for that. Lemon is also great. We use it to gargle with if we feel anything coming on and we have a bit of a sore throat. And lemon is also great to add a drop to your water just to help your body detox a little bit. And at home, often we use real, squeeze the lemons. But for traveling, I find that if you do that, then the water just looks kind of murky by the end of the day if I haven't drank it. Also, adding a drop of lemon or grapefruit to our water has been really, really great. So love lemon. The next oil that we're going to look at is lavender. And I think lavender is one of the oils that is more well known. It is the oil of calming, and lavender helps ease feelings of tension. And I used to not, before I experienced doTERRA's lavender oil, be a fan of lavender. Just sort of think of that sort of grandma smell, I guess. But this lavender is from France, and our lavender is grown in France, and it smells so beautiful. So you can apply a drop or two on your pillows or bedding, or also the bottoms of your feet. I love adding a couple of drops to the, I use about 2 to 3 drops in a cup of Epsom salt and soak in a bath. You can also apply to your temples and back up neck. And the other thing which I never knew before many years, that lavender is really amazing at soothing minor burns and also bug bites. So our son reacts very badly to mosquitoes, which season seems to have hit in the last little bit. So lavender is his go-to oil that he loves. And I love that we're teaching him that he can grab his go-to. His first choice will be to go grab a bottle of an oil if he has a tension headache, or if he has a bug bite or something like that. I used to keep oils on his desk, but I keep stealing them. So I love that we're teaching him that that there are options out there that are safe and they're natural. So we always try that option first. And lavender also calms the histamine response in our skin. And the first 3 oils that I mentioned, so lavender, lemon, and peppermint, have been really helpful for us this season as things are blossoming and there's lots of pollen in the air, and we're tending to get runny noses and being stuffy. So those 3 oils together, I diffuse those on days when we find new things pollinating, and we find that they work really fast. You can also combine those 3 oils in a gel cap and take them internally, or rub them on the bottom of your feet, or also inhaling them is really helpful as well. So that would be an oil that combination that you'd want to keep around in the spring if you tend to have be affected by seasonal shifts. Oh, Digestin is another one of my favorites. Again, just with all the years of stress and anxiety, my digestive system is just not working optimally. So this has been an oil that has been so helpful just with food sensitivities, especially gluten. If we go out to eat, as much as we can, I can be really careful that and ask to make sure everything doesn't have gluten in it. Sometimes it does get contaminated and I end up not feeling really awesome about 2 hours after that. So a Digestin, or Zengest, as it's called in Canada, has been a really, really great support for that. And it's a blend of ginger, peppermint, tarragon, fennel, caraway, coriander, and anise. So it smells somewhat like black licorice. It can be taken, and you can make a tea out of it. You can create a capsule and take a couple of drops internally, but I find I will just dilute it with fractionated coconut oil and just apply right over my belly, which is not feeling awesome, and it is so, so helpful. So I love that. It's just great for occasional indigestion and just helps reduce just any of the bloating and other digestion issues. And I know I saw a lot at Easter time people had eaten too many little mini eggs, which we don't really encourage everyone who's grabbing their Digestin after that. If you're not used to eating a lot of sugar, a lot of things that a lot of sugary, non-healthy things, our bodies just don't feel too great after that. So I don't recommend eating too many mini eggs, but if you happen to, this will be a great guide for that. So we know that 80% of our immune support is in our gut. So to make sure that our gut is functioning optimally is really, really helpful. So this is an oil that I have, and I will be going to our Canadian launch, which is actually happening in a couple of days. So this will be an oil that I'm going to be taking with me for sure. Yeah. The next oil that we're going to look at is Breathe. It's respiratory support. So Breathe is great. Again, it is also great support for seasonal shifts that are happening. So Breathe is a combination of laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, and cardamom. And again, in Canada, it's called Easy Air. So depending on where you're looking at, Breathe is amazing respiratory support. It helps keep airways open for easy breathing, and it helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats. And it is just great for. And again, there's days where do feel more pressure, more stress on the chest. Again, when I tend to get put myself in situations or where I haven't taken the time to slow down, then the Breathe is amazing just to help open up my airways. A lot of people, my friends who love taking a drop and putting it on their bridge of their nose before they go to a yoga class, and also if they're going out for a run. It's just, again, it's going to open up your airways and help clear up the stuffiness. Breathe also now comes in a stick, which is amazing. So it's similar to what a deodorant stick would be, and it's great to apply on the chest so you're not having to dilute it. And I often will apply it if my sinuses are not feeling 100%. I will apply it to my head as well. So Breathe or Easy Air is amazing, and I love it. Oh, On Guard, it's another one of my favorites. On Guard is the protective blend. It is a combination of wild orange peel, clove, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And this is an oil that I use. I will mix up my own cleaners for my kitchen. Again, so we're not introducing more chemicals into our body. This does come in a cleaner that you can purchase already mixed up, but oftentimes I will just add the On Guard with lemon to a water bottle and just spray my counters down in the kitchen or just generally for cleaning. On Guard is amazing for those times of life when everyone else seems to be getting sick. I will get the On Guard out and I'll go around and apply to everyone's feet. The boys love it. I'm pretty sure they do. They love that we don't get sick. So if we go to family things and, everybody has something, there's flu or also seasons of my life where I know I'm not taking care of my body as much as I should. We built our house here just before Christmas, and I knew it was an hour from where we were driving before. So we were driving back and forth, or an hour from our other home. So we were driving back and forth a lot, not sleeping and not taking care of our bodies as much as we should. So On Guard was a really, really great oil for that. I always say if people have children in school, to start applying, dilute a roller bottle with On Guard and apply to the feet a few weeks before, and just to support their immune system, just to build it up a little bit. It's great for diffusing, and it smells, like I mentioned, it smells a little bit like Christmas with that combination, so it smells really great. And it helps we gargle with it to calm a sore throat. And again, this is just one of those things where if we do happen to catch something, we're not feeling 100%, that we're not putting a synthetic chemical in our body, so we can use something natural to support ourselves naturally. And just been great for virus, and I can't say enough good things about this. This is just an oil that I absolutely love as well. And it smells really, really nice too. Frankincense, oh my goodness, frankincense smells amazing as well. Frankincense, I add a drop to my moisturizer often. It's really great. It promotes healing, and it's really, really great for cell renewal. So that's why if I apply one drop to my moisturizer, it will be really, really good at keeping my skin looking, how I'll say this compliantly, maybe not my age, so to take care of any of the laugh lines around my eyes. This will be really good support for that. It does, as I mentioned, support rapid healing, and it's also really great for brain health. So when our son had his concussion last year, we did take him to a concussion clinic, but this was a way that we could really support the healing, his healing, and I would apply it. This would be one that I would apply to his feet and also to the back of his neck. So much research is happening with frankincense. If you look on PubMed, you can see a lot of the studies that are happening there. So love frankincense. I'm really, really excited about the studies that are coming out, and just that people are starting to take note and take it seriously. The next oil that we're going to look at is called Melaleuca, and it's also known as tea tree oil. So if you see that, again, depending on which country you're looking at, it is the same oil, so Melaleuca or tea tree oil. It is the oil of disinfection. So again, often I mix up my own hand soaps for the bathrooms around the house. I will use tea tree oil and peppermint, so it just really, really is great instead of using the chemicals that kill the germs. So this has been a really, really great natural resource for us. Use it for washing the floors. And it's also great just for cleansing and rejuvenating on the skin. So as our son, probably in the next few years, his skin may not look as awesome as it does now. So it's really great way for cleansing his skin if he does develop acne. It's also great for our immune function. It's also great for occasional earaches. We've passed that age with our son. For occasional warts, it's really great. And it's also, I've had quite a few people in the last while ask for the recipe. We mix up tea tree oil and geranium to make a bug repellent spray. So even one of my best friends messaged me a couple of days ago, and her daughter had gotten the lights from the school, and she was just really, really perturbed about it. And so you can either put a drop in your shampoo or just mix up with geranium just for a great support for your hair. And love it. And the next oil is oregano oil. This is an oil that I have a love-hate relationship with. I love how powerful it is and what it does. I just don't love the smell. It's just super potent, and often I will apply it now to the bottom of my feet, and my slippers or my shoes end up smelling like oregano oil, but I love it. I love when we're having things that we're fighting our bodies, fighting things that are more intense. I love how fast it works, and I just love it. It is nature's most intense oil. So this is an oil that is really super hot. Even on the bottom of my feet, where typically all the oils I know are going to be perfectly fine, this is an oil that I often will dilute as well. It is just so intense and so hot. And this is not an oil that you want to be taking for more than 10 days straight at a time. It's just really intense. It's amazing, but just really, really intense. So again, you can apply to the bottom of the feet, or make a little veggie cap out of it to maintain a healthy immune system. If you are, your body is processing something. And the awesome thing is you can also add it to your favorite entrees and use it for cooking. So if you're out of fresh oregano or your herb, sometimes just dipping your toothpick in this and putting it in your dish will be enough. Again, this is how intense the oregano oil is. So it's so much more intense than the herbs would be when you're cooking with it or using them. And Deep Blue, oh my goodness, this is amazing as well. It's a blend of wintergreen, blue tansy, peppermint, camellia, and helichrysum, and it comes in a cream, and the tube, then the way you see it there. It also comes in a 5 ml bottle of oil, and also in a roller bottle as well. This is an oil that is not for internal use. It is amazing joint and muscle support though, and it soothes deep tension. So I love this oil as well. Again, there are some days where if I am still getting stressed or have exercise. The other day I went to the gym and I was a little bit too excited about rowing again, and this came in really handy for that. So typically I'm mindful to take care of myself, but this is great for that. And you can also apply topically to soothe occasional monthly cramps. If any of the men are here, just ignore that. It's also great for deep head tension. And as I mentioned, great for joint and muscle support as well. So Deep Blue is amazing. And that is our journey of the 10 oils. So these are oils, 10 that I make little pouches, and I carry little drams with me as well of these 10 oils, and also a few other ones that I'll mention in a little bit, but that one I love. So everyone's freaking out about their lives, and I'm over here all chill. Anybody want to try some essential oils? And this has really been a big part of my journey. So if 2 years ago you would have told me that I would be doing a webinar, first of all, I would have freaked out at the thought of that. And that I'd be talking about essential oils, that would have I'm like, no way. And I did say this is never going to happen. But after I started using essential oils on myself and with my family, we just found that they were so beneficial. And I had no intention of ever sharing them with anybody, but I kept meeting friends and family, and I kept saying, oh my goodness, there's an oil for that. Here, try this, try a sample of this. And like, it's really, really awesome. So finally I'm like, you know what? I think more people need to know about this and just the benefits that are available to them. So we really, really I really love my oils, and my family and my boys love them as well. Our dog doesn't love them too much, so that's okay though. To be careful. Be careful if you're using oils in your house and you have pets or dogs or cats. Just be mindful of them. Don't diffuse in a room where they can't escape. So if you lock them in a room, there are certain oils like lavender, for example. A lot of dogs love lavender. It's very soothing and calming for them. So what I've heard people do is use a drop of lavender and then play with your puppy so that they're having a really good time. So they're associating that joyful moment with the lavender smell. And then if they're afraid of thunderstorms or other stressful moments, that they then apply that the lavender, and that will then bring that experience back to them. But our dog, for some reason, does not enjoy lavender at all. So I'm not sure. He's a little bit special. So we still love him anyway. So how do I know which oil to use and how to use it? We also have a really large online community of support that is so important with oils. And when I first started using oils, it was like, how do I know? Like, I've got my bottle, and where do I put them? How much do I use? And we have a big community of people of Facebook, and that we're part of, and anyone who joins our community as well, that we really offer a lot of information. We offer a lot of DIY recipes and many other oils that we just don't have time to cover today. But so that's a little bit different with purchasing oils than it would be going to a store where you go in and you purchase your oils, and the person working there doesn't give you their cell phone number to call them. So you call them later and ask them how to use it. A few of the great resources that I have and keep with me at all times are a couple of books that I love. So one is the Modern Essentials Guide, and I have that in the app format as well. So that's amazing that I can carry with me. So you can either search specific oils, or if there's some specific ailments that you want to look at, it would be really amazing just to say, yeah, these are the recommended oils. And then oftentimes I might not have all of them, but I'll try one of the top 3 that are listed, and then it will tell you how to use them. So that's really, really great support. So it's kind of like having your own little doctor following you around on your phone. The Essentials Life book is amazing as well. And then there are a couple of websites as well. So people who want to know more about the science of oils, there's really great research and documents for that. So these are just a few of my favorite resources, so that you're not just buying an oil and don't know how to use them and end up sitting on your shelf. I always say, if you're not taking the caps off your oils, they just don't work. And this was me to a T. And Jerry is not mic'd up today, but he would attest to that I was stressed out about everything. I was just made a really great stressful person. So it's been amazing in the last couple of years that I've now been able to focus my energy, all that creative energy that I spent on being stressed out and being anxious, and have done other things with my life. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just excited to share this with you as well. Now, how do we get started with using oils, purchasing oils? We have chosen to use doTERRA oils, and there are a few reasons for that. There's CPTG, which is always a bit of a mouthful. That means a certified pure therapeutic grade, and I mentioned it earlier. So especially for things, if you do choose to use them internally, or use them in your food or in your water, just to make sure that they're pure therapeutic grade. So they're pure, verified pure. They're beyond organic. They're free of pesticides and contaminants. Plant materials sourced from native origins, so they're not grown. We'll talk about that actually in a little bit. The plants are sourced from where they grow naturally. Third-party testing is used to certify the purity and potency of the oils. Again, there are no fillers or ingredients or fragrances in the oils. And this was just talking a little bit about sourcing. So where you see, this is where oils come from. They come from all over the world where they are grown naturally. So lavender doesn't come from Stratford, Ontario, where we live. So actually lavender, as I mentioned, comes from France. So that's where it grows the best. So that's where it's going to be the most pure and most potent. And how to purchase oils. A couple of different options. So either if you're wanting to try one oil, you can purchase at retail, but what we recommend is, I know that most people love the oils, and the best way to purchase the oils is at wholesale pricing. So it works similar to a Costco membership, where a whole 1-year membership is $35 for a year. There's no commitment to buy anything after that. And then you do get a 25% off your first year, for a full year. And there are no minimums, so you log in your pajamas at home, purchase your oils, and it will show up at your door, which is really, really awesome. And there's a few kits that we're going to talk about, and that the membership fee is waived with those kits. But this is a great way to start. So there are no minimums, no commitments, but it is a great way just to experience the oils. And the additional benefits I talked about a little bit earlier is that we do offer a one-on-one wellness call, half an hour. So if anyone is looking, and it can be overwhelming in the beginning, where do we start? These are my concerns. Where do I go? How do I get set up? That we do offer that I would be calling you for just a chat and see what your specific needs are. And then I also mentioned the bigger community of learning and of like-minded people. That's been really such a great part of my life as well, that you have all these other mamas and families who are making a difference in their lives, and then their cups are full that they can then reach out to other people and make a difference. This is their fast action bonus, and this is what I'm really excited about. I mentioned earlier that I started making aromatherapy jewelry. So on the top right is a bracelet that has a felt bead at the top. So felt will hold the oil smell for a really long time. So some of the oils I apply to daily. Citrus oils don't last quite as long, but some others I'll top them up every couple of days. So I can have the oils with me at all times. And this the bracelets actually came about for a son who had a lot of had braces and had to have quite a bit of dental work done. So my first pieces that I made were necklaces, and they weren't very masculine looking. So I made these for him, and I could see him during his hour-long appointment that he would occasionally take his wrist and just take a smell of his favorite oil. So the other thing that comes with that is a usage guide. And this is a smaller one, so it's not the full size, but it will give you information on every oil. It has great DIY recipes. And then it also comes with three other of my, yes, I know, three more favorite oils. They're all my favorite. So it will come with a sample of wild orange, which is so great just for soothing stress. But it's also great for energy and just to uplift my mood. So this is an oil that I will apply to my pulse points often. And I was doing that earlier today. Just when we see the train and things like that coming that are out of our control, I will often mix this with peppermint to diffuse it, or I will just take a big breath take the cap off and just take a big breath of this. I will also put a drop in my water. It's really great just to help the body to detox. And this is just a great uplifting oil. The other oil that comes with is bergamot. And again, this is another one of those that you can apply topically for occasional insomnia to soothe stress away. So apply it to the neck or bottoms of the feet. And then the last one is Ylang Ylang. So these are all oils that I've had really great success with, but also have done a lot of research that generally these three are so soothing and calming. So we want to send those to you as well. And as I mentioned earlier, everyone has sort of their favorite go-to oil that they love. One of my friends just says she puts Ylang Ylang on and she just like, everything just soothes the way she just loves it, just makes her feel so zen. So that would be her go-to oil. I love Ylang Ylang, but I'm not always drawn to it every day. It's definitely more of a flowery scent, whereas wild orange is just, it's my happy place. I put a couple of drops in the shower in the morning and it just smells amazing. Excuse me. Pardon me. So I love all three of these, but again, it's just would love to send you all of those with the bracelets so that you can be in your happy place all day as well. So that is the added bonus. Another way to save more money, and again, this is just an option, is to sign up for the loyalty rewards credits. And this basically is you're signing up to purchase oils every month. So if you were to set that up, when you set up your wholesale account, then the next month, anything you purchased, say we're in June 1st, so if you were to purchase an order in July, you would get 10% of that back in points, and plus all of your shipping as well. So after a year, you would be at 30% back. So I'm at 30% right now. So every time, so this month I will place 100 order, and then I will get 30% of that back plus all of my shipping. So I'll end up getting about $45 back in total that I can then use next month to whatever I want. And in the US, a point is, or actually in both countries, a point is equal to $1. So that adds up very nicely to try oils. Try and save up and try oils, a new one every month. So this is a great program. But again, this is optional. I love my oils. anyway, we're purchasing a lot. And there's also doTERRA offers so many other products. It hasn't, like, we have an amazing skincare line that is so clean. And again, skincare is one of those other products that's so heavily laden with chemicals that we don't know that what they're doing to our system. So again, we've just I shop everything from doTERRA. So this has been a really great great system for our family. So this is really one of the only places that where I place to do all of our monthly shopping and have don't go to drugstores. So I make up my own cleaners or purchase them from here. So just been able to really reduce the toxic load that for our families. Also for a dog who licks everything. He licks the floor, he licks the walls. So he's super cute, but it keeps him healthy as well. As I mentioned earlier, there are a couple kits that starter sets that also have the membership included. So this is the Home Essentials kit. So this has the first 10 oils that I talked about. And they are in 15 ml bottles, so it'll be 250 drops in each bottle. It also comes with a petal diffuser, and then the only oil that is smaller is a deep blue, and that one is a 5 ml bottle. That oil will always just come in the 5 ml. The other ones are the 15 ml, and this will last a really long time. So they've bundled this starter kit together. So if you were to purchase all of these things separately, you'll be paying $86 more. So this is a really great value, and it's a great starter set as well. So this does not include with the citrus oils, but that's why we're including the citrus oils, the orange and the bergamot and the ylang ylang as well, so that you can have a combination of those. As an added bonus, there is another incentive that also does come with the Home Essentials kit as well. It's about $100 worth of free Breathe products. Is there a slide for that? It's coming. I'm jumping ahead of this a little bit. This is the other set, the Family Physician kit, which is such a great starter kit again. So these are the same 10 oils that we talked about, and again, it still includes the wholesale membership. But these are 5 ml bottles though, so 10 oils, but all in the 5 ml size. But the added bonus on top of everything else with this is that it comes with the peppermint beadlets and also the On Guard beadlets, and those are just amazing. So again, there's a big savings with this set as well. And so the Home Essentials and the Family Physician kit are two really great starter sets if you're starting out with essential oils. Aha, here it is, with either a 200 PD purchase or like the Home Essentials kit. This is another added value, a special that's on right now. This was a special last month, but this is a special that they've held over for this month. So it includes the Breathe, the vapor stick, the respiratory drops, cardamom oil, and the drops are amazing. I've actually had some just before we started the webinar, just to open up my airways and just to help me relax a little bit. So this is a really great special, and this is from doTERRA. So this is just a great bonus that was not expected. That's why we weren't sure. It wasn't quite sure where it's going to be because they just announced this today. So this is really great. And to start getting to set up your wholesale account, you will want to go to bit.ly/HornroomHarriet. And you want to scroll down, you're going to see the button that says Join Now. And that will take you through all the steps of how to set up your wholesale account. So basically you will set up your shipping address and your name, and your birth date is going to be a security question. So every time you call in for anything, it will be your birthday. So that is awesome. So again, to get started, just go to bit.ly/HornroomHarriet, and it will walk you through how to set up your wholesale membership. And if you do have any questions, like I mentioned, we covered a lot of information in the last hour. Feel free to either ask, or a great place for additional questions after today would just be to email at oils@hornroomharriet.com. So we hope that you will reach out to us if you have any questions. And we really look forward to you starting your oil journey, but do feel free. So that's oils@hornroomharriet.com. And to start the process to get your oil shipped to you, it would be bit.ly/HornroomHarriet. Have an awesome night. We thank you guys for joining. Take care.